Hey, hello, and this is another session from PickledLove. This time you'll see an exciting recipe from PickledLove, and this is all about chicken. This is a simple cheese stuffed chicken recipe that you can make for parties, kiddie parties, women's parties, or maybe even a small snack that you like at tea time. For this, you need very few ingredients. Basically, of course, you need chicken. So wash and cut your chicken, preferably breast pieces that can be cubed up into bite-sized pieces. Along with that, you need a bit of onion, ginger, garlic, basil leaves and coriander leaves. Once the chicken cubes have been washed, cut and put to drain, you need to take a mixer and add the chicken cubes and grind it finely. Make sure that your chicken cubes do not have any fat or chow or too much fiber in it, because otherwise you will not get a fine chicken mince. Once that is done, please place it into a bowl and keep it aside. Next, we'll go to the next step. Take a very large bowl. In that, add your chicken mince that has just been minced and kept aside. You can find all the ingredients and the recipe directions in the description box below. Once you have added the chicken mince into the bowl, add in your eggs. Here, for this recipe, you will need 2 eggs. The chicken mince is about 450 to 500 grams. You can use up to 600 grams of chicken in this recipe. Once chicken mince and the eggs are added, add in finely chopped onions, ginger, garlic, basil leaves, coriander leaves, and 1 small chili. All the ingredients, once again I remind you, can be found in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe by pressing the bell icon that is just below. Once you do that, you can see all the further recipes that I keep posting. Once you have added in all these leaves and spices, add in salt and pepper as per your preference. This recipe is towards the lower level of heat, so add the pepper accordingly. I've added 1 teaspoon of pepper. Along with that, I have powdered 5 slices of fresh bread in the coffee grinder and added it to this mix. Once that's done, you'll need to be a bit messy and get your hands dirty. So then mix and keep mixing until everything is combined properly. I kept adding the breadcrumbs step by step as it was combined into the mix. Once you get a pretty firm dough, it should not be too firm and it should not be too wobbly and slip out of your hands. You should be able to hold a lump of meat mince in your hand. So that's the right consistency that we are looking for, because basically this is a meatball recipe. Make sure to give your likes, comments, and of course subscribe for this recipe, and for further notifications and other recipes too. Now once your meat mince is ready, make sure that you keep a bowl of mozzarella cheese ready. You can find fresh mozzarella in the freezer counter in any supermarket. You'll have to grate it, or in some places you have grated cheese also. So you can just take about 100 grams and keep it aside. Now take a large ball of chicken mince. Wet your hands with a little water so that the meat doesn't stick onto your hand. Then flatten the meat in your palm and add in a spoonful or a bit more, say about 1 teaspoon and a quarter more, into the chicken mince and wrap it up into a fine ball like how you can see it here. It should be firm and it shouldn't collapse once you place it on your plate. This whole process can be repeated until all the meatballs have been finished. You can add chicken mince and cheese as per the size that you want. Now I've made pretty big chicken mince balls. If you like to make smaller balls, feel free to do so. As you can see, make sure that you wet your hands in between after every shaping session. Once these are ready, you'll have to heat up oil. This recipe needs very little oil, so just heat up a non-stick pan and add about 6 to 7 tablespoons of oil. Make sure that it's hot to a medium level and then shallow fry these meatballs until they're golden brown. In this recipe, you will get about 10 to 12 meatballs of the size that I have shown, or else if you make smaller ones, you'll get probably more, about 15 to 18 balls. Now I didn't need the entire mix, so once I fried up the meatballs, I shaped the rest of the mince into burger patties, and you'll see the burger patties at the end of the recipe also here, right here. So keep watching. I'll show you how I've shaped them and stored it up for further use. Now coming back to our meatballs, you will have to fry them up until golden at a very low flame. Turn it over after every 3 minutes and see that all the portions of the balls are fried. Then transfer it to a plate. Next we need for a final tempering. For this, in the remaining oil, add in finely chopped ginger, garlic, chilies, coriander leaves and onions. The onions should be cut into fine rings, so these will look good once you finally garnish your dish. Just add a pinch of salt and lightly fry it until it is lightly golden fried, and that's it. Your dish is ready to serve. This recipe is really simple. You can have it along with pasta, rice, bread, some soup, and your day is made. It's really tasty. Ooh, just look at how the cheese oozes out of these chicken cubes. Now once that's ready, now you can see the chicken burger patties that I've made with the rest of the mince. Again, make sure to wet your hands and take equal size lumps of meat and flatten it into the shape of a burger patty. Then take any plastic container that you have and keep these burger patties, line it up with foil paper or plastic sheets and store it up in the freezer. This can stay in the freezer for about 1 month, and you can fry it up without having any need to thaw it for a long time. In case you need to thaw it, just keep it out for half an hour or so, that's all, and that is good to go. You can fry it at a very low to medium heat. If you've liked this recipe, make sure that you subscribe, and once again all these ingredients and descriptions can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to miss it. There's a link there. You need to click it and you can print out the entire recipe from there also. Here in the after these patties have been made, as you can see, I've placed them in a plastic container. Use any good grade plastic container that you have at home. Line it up with a plastic sheet or a foil paper, and these can be preserved. In case you need a quick sandwich, this is the best thing. It's healthy, there is no preservative, and your children will love it. There's no spice as such. And of course, these are very tasty. If you like to bake it, you just need to brush it up with a little oil and bake it up. Okay, once that's done, your meat mince is made to the very good use. Now, please make sure that you subscribe and keep watching. Thank you.